Okay, just a quick video on the prospect of music being an essential service. So, like, just imagine you drive to work every single day for the rest of your life, and there is no music in your car. You experience a breakup, there's no sound. You are working the night shift, but the only thing that you hear is maybe like the alarm system reminding you that the battery is low every 30 seconds on interval. I'm sure you change the battery, but either like you get the idea. Society as we know it and humanity as we know it has largely come to be due to music. In a way, it is like humanity's mating dance. It's one of the most important things to our day to day. Like, nobody would want to work without music, and I'm sure some people would, but most people would not want to work without music being a part of their life at all. Like, it would become extraordinarily depressing if music wasn't there as sort of a fallback. Like, oh, I'm feeling this type of way. I have there's like this kind of artist that I go to and I feel that way, or there's this instrument that I play when I feel that low, right? Like for me, when I was a child, I dealt with like I had a very hard go, and music, I just go like behind like this little um it was a school, like kind of like a little junior high, and I'd stand on the back and I just like listen to like music that I really liked, and I try to pretend that like I was the one who made it, and that there was like a concert in front of me, and this is maybe it'd be after like a family argument or something else that happened to me that was like just like completely geeked. And so I go do that, and I found a lot of solace in it. Like that really, I think it saved my life in many ways, right? And so um in that way, it's like when I got more into when I kind of started declining with my mental health when I was younger, I found myself going down more and more musical like rabbit holes and stuff like that. Like when I discovered like Jay Dilla when I was younger, and then like sample based hip hop, and then I got more into like the like where hip hop kind of came from, and then like jazz, and then there's like blues and all these things, and soul music, of course, in the United States, and kind of the pain that inspired this kind of music, and the resiliency that that bred this kind of music, that inspired me to continue being like alive, like genuinely. I don't think I would like, the beauty of that is unrivaled in my mind. Because as for like, I mean, you can pick up film gear, any kind of film gear, and you can make any kind of thing, really. Like, like if you put your mind to it, people have done a lot with very low quality gear, camera gear, etc. But it's something about just knowing where your guitar is, and then you've experienced something terrible. You need to let out what otherwise you might negatively what otherwise you might negatively channel. It's something about having a guitar and knowing that you can just go to it, and you can do that there, and you can make that your thing, and you can make that your safety net. And I cannot imagine a world where not only does music not exist, but that safety net does not exist. Like, that is such a strong through line for so many different communities, indigenous communities, I'm Canadian, so in Canada, and everywhere, genuinely international indigenous communities, and it's such a strong through line for the atrocities that happened in America, early on in America, for the people that were victim of these atrocities, Black Americans. That's where a lot of the music that we listen to today comes from. I cannot imagine a world where they did not have that outcome. They did not have that result. They did not have that outlet. Because for us now, every single one of us that are watching this video, um, it's from like, we wouldn't even live the same way had they not had that outlet, because music came, like our Western music kind of came from that pain in many ways, and it was fundamental to the development of modern music. Could be it pop, hip hop, um like R&B, all of these things. It's like those pains were fundamental and inherent in the genres that shaped the path to where we are today. Doesn't matter who you listen to, be it Sabrina Carpenter, Dua Lipa, like the Strokes, the Beatles, all of these people, um, either write from pain or are inspired by music that came from it, and it's that pain that has turned into pieces of content that can genuinely go on to save our lives, give us new, um, you know what I'm saying, like kind of like coping methods, right? When we feel as though otherwise we are completely lost, and so it's a very beautiful and pure thing, and I believe that without it, there would be no purpose to this entire world. Like, so I operate on a like in a way where I believe as though if I like I do it for a living, like audio, and that's why I do it. That is why I do it because I believe that it is so foundationally important to humanity in so many different ways, and it's saved, like it's done so much for so many people, oppressed people, people who aren't oppressed but are inspired by the music that came from oppressed people. Um, it came from, let's say, for example, we have music theory, so that in many ways was music principles that came from oppressors, but we still see things like blues and jazz, which take those principles and spin them into something beautiful, um, out of pain and out of I guess development of opportunity due to circumstance, and or I guess lack thereof opportunity, right? So they kind of come to terms with like, okay, this is maybe how it sounds, and make these scales, and then um, it goes on to shape the world. And in every single way, in every single step of the way, music has been there, shaping us ever since we were able to create like sounds. Um, like it's shown that like Homo erectus were burying their dead, with art, and it's a very human thing to create art, and something so simple as just creating art with your sound. Um, I just wanted to make this quick video because I believe it's such an I mean people we all love music, right? But it's I feel like it's so profoundly overlooked. Um, During discussions of like essential service, non-essential service, so on, so on, so on. It's so profoundly overlooked that is the one constant, um, between almost every single community in the world, um, and 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 to not consider it as an essential service is to essentially say that neither are architects, um, neither are paramedics, because it's gone on to shape the world pretty well just as much, or if not more than any of them. Not to say that they're not great people and have done great things, and those are not noble professions, they totally are. But just be conscious, like next time you scoff at your musician homie or something like that.